now let's welcome our speaker, Alex Danchenko, co-founder of Yespo Omnichannel CDP.
Thanks, Sergey. Hello, everyone. Happy to be here with you today. Just one more change. So yeah, so again, hello, everyone. Please feel yourself very convenient. You can send me any messages during this webinar. I want it to be interactive. So I see our colleagues from different countries. I know we have here guys from Bulgaria, and I also very happy to see our other customers and other partners. Today I'm gonna speak about the new opportunities for e-commerce businesses that could be done with Yespo platform, and in general with any tool that could help you to build better personalized customer experience through different communications. And that's what we're gonna focus on today. Please feel free to cheer me up if you want to in your comments or give me your questions. So I will pause for a moment and probably go deeper in the details for the topics you feel most important. So now I will change the layout a little bit. Yeah, like this. So let's start. Basically, I know that there are today with us, there are people who already know what me and Yespo customer data platform are doing. For those who just joined and are not familiar with us, I will briefly explain what we do, why we do, and how we do. So first of all, I want to emphasize that Yespo, in his definition as Omnichannel CDP, has two main parts. So it's omnichannel and it's customer data platform. Why exactly like this? Well, first of all, we believe that truly personalized experiences are delivered only in case when you as a marketer have all access to customer data. And this customer data includes lots of different things like behavioral data about what people do and look through and browse on your website, also on mobile applications. Also, it could be previous transactions and purchases people did before. And certainly there might be some custom data or specific data from your CRM or data warehouse. All of this has to be accessible for a marketer. That is why we believe that a holistic solution for marketers should include the customer data part. And that's why our platform focuses on data gathering, this unification of this data, and utilizing of this data. And here we come to the second part of the name is omnichannel. And omnichannel actually has usually two different aspects. One of the aspects is being able to communicate with customers on different platforms. Because nowadays people interact with the brand on their website, in the mobile application, offline, using call centers, and so on. So that is why omnichannel means to be present on every platform and to get data from every platform. Another part of another aspect of omnichannel definition is being able to communicate with whichever channel customer prefers to communicate with your brand. Basically, it could be email for newsletters, text messages for some important updates, and also it could be mobile push notification for my order update status. So it might be a combination of different channels that I prefer to communicate with the brand. And that is why it's important that you as a marketer have in one place both customer data and all the channels that you can use to leverage that customer data and provide the most efficient, personalized communications. So that's what we are, and that's what we do. We help marketers of e-commerce businesses to achieve more, leveraging the present customer data, building personalized and convenient communications for clients. Structuring this presentation, I was thinking about first to structure it like chronologically, like from January to December, how the updates were coming. But later on, I understood that it's a lot better to digest the information and a lot better to present it grouped by the important zones or areas where marketer has to be working on in order to be able to implement effective customer communication strategy. And of course, everything starts with data collection and unification. So in this area, one of the most important fundamental updates we have is external customer ID. An external customer ID is unique end-to-end customer identifier that is usually generated on your site, that helps to avoid duplicate contacts. It also helps to identify customers in whichever platform he is present and whichever channel he uses to communicate, and helps like a thread to connect all the different data points in one customer profile. So it enables more personalized marketing campaigns, and you can accurately understand what products and services the customer is interested in and send most relevant offers independently to in which particular platform this interaction happens. The next improvement is about web tracking. In addition to previous identifiers, we added above-mentioned external customer ID, and it helps business to accurately identify customers and assign orders and purchases they've made, regardless of the method of purchase or the contact information that is used to identify himself on a website or on a mobile app in the moment of checkout. I think I have one relevant question right now, so I will show it here. So which external customer ID should I use for Yespo contacts, website or CRM? So typically it's something on the side of CRM, more like, but you also should know that independently from external customer ID, the holistic profile of a customer could include other identifiers. So basically, your customer might have several mobile push tokens, web push token, email, phone number, and all of them are like secondary identifiers that help us to match all the interactions and all the data with external customer ID. And typically that's something that's made on your CRM or data warehouse side. So moving forward, there is a plenty of other updates that I will not usually stop and read them in details. It doesn't make much sense. I will highlight one of them, and future in each area I will have such screens, so you will be able to see the list of updates. And if you have some questions about them, please shoot them on me. And here I would say that one of the important updates is integration with external data storages like Google BigQuery and PostgreSQL, that now we can also export all the revenue data from our customer data platform. So later on, you can build your BI or custom dashboards with one of those tools, and combine the data that we provide as a customer data platform with the revenues that are tracked by other channels to build more holistic view of all your marketing in these custom dashboards. So data gathering, segmentations. We updated segmentation features to build to give you opportunity to build even more detailed segments for customers on different life cycle stages. And we start with additional capabilities for working with segment cards. Here we have added a very convenient grouping capability, so you can build a very precise and very complex built on a lot of factors segments that help you to easier navigate without knowing SQL or any other complex tools to build the segments that actually answers your questions. Later on, you can use this segment for insights, for marketing campaigns, or for analysis purposes. So here we are very flexible and a lot more convenient for you. Another important update is about working with token ID and device ID. Why is that important? So basically, when you have a mobile app and you have users of mobile app, you have about 50-50 proportion of people who actually subscribe to your push notifications and 50% who do not subscribe. And but if they do not subscribe, what's the problem? So basically, as a marketer, I probably don't have any chance to reach out to them or not. Well, the answer is actually you do. You can send messages to the person knowing his device ID. The only thing that it will not be a standard push notification, but it will be a notification that could be sent with our SDK as an in-app message or app inbox notification. And in this case, you are able to broaden and to reach out to a lot more customers than you usually do when you use like a regular push notification service. I would speak about these channels of communication more a little later. For now, I have a question that I wanted to highlight here. So what's the difference between the conditions all contacts with token and all contacts with device? Is it token for mobile push and device for app inbox? Yeah, actually you got it right. Because with mobile push token users, we are limited to sending just push notifications. And device ID helps us to send app inbox notifications to all your audience. So all of your users could potentially get your marketing message and reach all of them. So moving forward. Again, the newly added channels of communication, app inbox, and website widgets are already present in the segmentation module. And you can also target people who have clicked or viewed any type of this new channel notifications. And now by segmenting contacts based on their activity across different channels, you can build more diverse and more efficient messaging communication strategy, switching from one channel to another, depending on where people actually prefer to interact. Another list of updates. Here I would highlight one of the features that we populate the location data automatically for those where this data is not provided. So it helps you later on to build segments based on geopositioning of people. targeting city, a region, or country, or excluding some people from segments, or on the contrary, building more personalized communication strategies for those from a particular company or country or region. And the third part, or fundamental part of customer data platform, is personalization and recommendation improvements. That is how we provide the better offer for the right customer in the right moment of time. I would start with our product recommendation engine update with new recommendational algorithms. Among them are the algorithms like personal recommendations from favorite categories, frequently bought together recommendation based on previous purchases, popular new arrivals, best sellers from brands that customer has purchased before, and very cool recommendations which are regular demand recommendations, which helps you to interact with customers, understanding that some products actually are purchased regularly, like food for my pets, or some products. They like really could be well predicted on a large massives of data, and that's how these triggers work. In total, we have almost 200 ready-to-use and tested recommendational algorithms that could be implemented across any channels of communication you use on Yespo. So it may be website, email, and any other channel. And basically, what it gives us an opportunity to increase the conversion rate, providing people with more relevant content in their messages. Another very important thing is new feature is recommendations embedded in your bulk campaigns. So imagine you have your Valentine's Day newsletter, and you have there some manually created content with some image, some message, the copywriting, and you can improve this generic message with blocks of personal recommendations. And it's a no-brainer for you because you don't have to segment people like on 10,000 different segments, because you can simply embed the module with product recommendation in your bulk email, in your newsletter, and the system will automatically populate every sent out newsletter with personalized recommendations. And that's very important because basically you're instead of trying to build a lot of more segments, you can provide more personalized content easily just reusing the recommendations the platform already created. Based on our statistics, it already brings about 13% uplift in conversions, like in actual purchases from the campaigns for our customers. Another update is also directly related to previous one. Basically, it gave us the opportunity in case of when recommendation is not sufficient to populate the block, we can skip the whole block, so the campaign will go even if there is no product recommendation in this particular algorithm. And this means that when the product recommendation is not a main content of a message, but is used more like a power up to your initial message, like, hey, happy Valentine's Day, example, then we can flexibly add this block there where we have like really high probability of conversion, and skip this block if we do not see it as necessary. So I will pause here for a moment. So the question from Stevie is, do I need to engage my developers to implement product recommendations in blog campaigns? Good question. Thank you, Stevie. No, you don't have. Like I said, all the solution, Yespo solution, is built in the way that after initial integration, all the further settings could be implemented right within the appropriate editor. So if you already have your tracking module installed and you, for instance, already have triggered messaging like abandoned cart, abandoned view, and you want to have the same functionality like recommendations also used in your bulk campaigns, in your mass messaging, all you have to do is just to add this block to your email, and probably with some testing on with the help of our support team, it's just like a few days task to implement it, test it, and start it implementing it without single line of code written by your developers. So that's that easy. The question from I believe it's Ksenia, right? What will be shown to the user in the recommendations in a blog newsletter if they haven't visited my site for a long time and there is no data about their history? So basically, this is the way could be managed. First case is just to skip this block at all, so not to add any product recommendation. But usually we also can implement a slightly different approach, which is used like a fallback scenario for a particular recommendational algorithm. So if in this algorithm, like frequently bought together, there is nothing to recommend because there is nothing bought before from this person, as a fallback, we can just use the most popular or the newest rival recommendational blocks that would be that will also fill in the data, but on a different logic. So there are both ways available. You can either completely skip the recommendation block or use as a fallback another algorithm that will definitely be available for this person. And thank you for this deep question. Okay, so I'm going back to recommendations. Another feature is also showing a huge flexibility of our recommendation engine. It helps you as a marketer without, again, needing to code anything to tune a little bit your recommendations. For instance, you have something like, let's say, regional data like cities or something else, and you know that for this particular region you have a sales plan to grow sales of some particular product. So you can probably fine-tune your recommendation algorithms from people from let's say Sofia, so that only people who have city Sofia in their profiles would have a larger variety of products of a particular brand. And there is plenty of opportunities to do more precise customization of recommendations for contact based on their additional fields that you store. Maybe it's like a level of their loyalty program, or amount of bonuses that they have in their account. They have to use them as soon as possible. So there is a plenty of different mechanics that could be implemented. There is a huge flexibility in it. So there is a list of other important updates, but I will not stop on them now. Let's move on. So we just talked about the most fundamental things of CDP, which is unifying data, building segments, and personalization based on the customer data. Now we can move on to improved work with mobile applications, so which is like a huge trend nowadays when from web businesses also want to own their customers and to be able to reach out to them, not via very expensive social media or attracting people with, again, very expensive advertisements. You can own your customer database in mobile app. And that's how we help businesses to improve work with mobile application. So alongside with previously presented SDKs for iOS, Android native, and React native, this year we've presented 4 more SDKs for Flutter, Ionic, Cordova, and Unity. All of these platforms are very popular and help you to build applications. So now with our SDKs, it's really easy to start sending notifications, not just push notifications, but also in-app notifications and also app inbox notifications. You can easily set up mobile campaigns, and you can easily collect the analytics on customer interaction with mobile application and with the messages you send out to them to the mobile app. Also, very important part is debug view for mobile applications. It helps in real time the developer who does this integration to test whether events are correctly transferred to the Yespo CDP and to send test messages and to see whether it's tracked and whether everything is in place before actually starting a campaign, before actually starting the integration. Some other updates include the ability to manage several mobile applications in one account. For instance, your business might have like the old and outdated mobile application, but it still has users on it and it still has engaged audience there, but also you have a newer application alongside, and you want to be able to separately communicate with them depending on what exactly mobile apps they use. Because for first case with an outdated app, you probably would want them to convert and upgrade to a newer version of an app, whilst with those who are already on newer version of the app, you just want to do your regular marketing campaigns. So Yespo helps you to manage this task easily, just picking the application you want to use or to send to all applications at once. Speaking of mobile apps, the most popular channel is mobile push notifications. And better than mobile push notifications are rich mobile push notifications. And here we can show a few examples how you can build your push notification more rich in content. So for instance, with our carousel of images, you can upload and send to a user up to 10 images. So to showcase the product or to showcase several offerings in one push, so it's like having higher probability to engage people with something that he will find more attractive for him. Of course, it's available both for Android and iOS. You can also personalize the sound, the unread messages page. That's something that's really important to be able to manage, and lots of other updates. Another channel that is used for mobile apps is InApp. And currently, in last year, we offered all the tracking for in-app messaging. So for those who don't know the difference between in-app and And push notification. So push notification goes to mobile device. And depending on whether your subscriber agreed to receiving push notification or not, you might be able to send something to him or not able to send anything at all. Unlike this, you still have capabilities to send in-app messages and app inbox messages with our tool. In-app messages are more popular in development world, but it's also limited. It's like pop-up within the mobile app. Usually, it's used as a landing page after people or someone clicked on a push notification. Then he goes to the app and he has this banner or pop-up in the app. But it's still very important tool that helps you to navigate user from clicking the push to actually doing something in the app. So that's an important part, and that important part is present in Yespo as well. With in-app messages, we are finishing with main mobile push channels and moving to website engagement. Again, in the same last year, we presented the complete new channel of communication for marketers, which gives a lot of possibilities to communicate with your website audience and also to use this moment to enrich the customer profile and to get data about this visitor to build better communication later. So what are the main three features of website widgets? Widgets, pop-ups, overlayers, they could be called differently, but it's all the same. So basically, this is an extension of your website without changing the code of the website that could be used to showcase some offerings or to navigate people through the website without changing the coding of the website itself. So that's why we picked the name widgets as more appropriate, but and again, because of that, we see it as a more broad solution than just a pop-up. So instead of a pop-up, with web widgets, you can encourage people to leave contact details, to fill out some subscription forms. With widgets, you can also navigate and attract customers with interesting offers, showcasing your offer, some landing pages or collections that would be relevant for this person. And third, very important part is when you collect the data from a customer in surveys. And all of that are widgets from Yespo. There are several types of widgets that we currently use: the subscription forms, informers, launchers that help you to initiate the communication with customer without distracting him from what he's doing. There are also sliders, survey forms, NPS, multi-step forms. And in the end of our webinar, I will also show you what we plan to do with widgets this year. One of the most powerful features that no other tool that helps you to do with widgets can provide is actually a combination of web widgets and CDP functionality. And this is targeting segments. So showing web widgets, you can not only target on the user browsing history from this particular session when he's on your website, but also from his previous sessions when he was on your website, because our CDP stores this data and saves it, but also based on the purchase data of this person, based on his preferences, and even utilizing all the recommendation algorithms that we have. So such targeting allows to display widget to website visitors whom we identify and who are most likely to respond to it and perform the desired action. So imagine the same way like you have your segment of people, a segment of your audience that you picked for email campaign, for instance. But you can also pick the same segment for website, and you can deliver your message on the website when they occasionally go to your website but not open email, for instance. So that's like super powerful and rich feature that helps you as a marketer be able to communicate with the customers not just via email or text message or push notification, but actually through all the website itself or through all the application itself. And like any other channel, we are very result-oriented team, and we think that it's very important for you as a marketing to be able to see what are actually the real results of your campaign. So revenue tracking for widgets is also available in your account, and you can see how many actually, not just intermediary metrics, how many people clicked on your banner, but also to see how many people were actually buying this product after we showcased him. A slider, again, another widget that helps you to utilize the small area of a website to showcase several offerings in one place, saving time, saving people from distraction, but still delivering a variety of opportunities to the customer so he could navigate faster to the deal he's most interested in. And certainly A/B testing. With widgets, you can also always take into account all pros and cons. Too much intensive widgets would probably not be a good idea because people do not want to get distracted every time as they visit the website. So that is why A/B tests help you to build a proper strategy. And of course, there are some rules of thumb or best practices that we would be happy to share with you on implementing widgets for your project. Actually, I think I'm gonna pause here for a moment and to invite you, if you will still have questions or you will watch this webinar in recording after it will be finished. So anyone could simply, this is the easiest way to know more about any of the features I am sharing right now, is just to go on a yespo.io website, in intercom window, to write that you want to communicate, or even easier, just book a demo and pick a proper time for you, and me and my team will be very happy to go to this meeting and talk to you and to hear your feedback and probably offer you something. So please don't restrict yourself only by communicating here in online. You can also connect with us on our website, like in a few clicks. One of the, like, I will finish with widgets and then we'll answer your question because I see them coming and coming. So widgets could be used to collect additional customer data, and we use these components to immediately enrich the customer profile with the data he provided in widgets. So once you fill out, I have a cat, it will be a new contact field filled out that, okay, I have a cat. So in your future campaigns, you can take this into account and build more personalized interactions for people who definitely have cats and they explicitly told you about it. And another production, of course, when we create a lot of widgets, there are always possibilities that they will conflict one with another. So, for instance, you might set up a campaign for all new visitors of your website, and also you might have a campaign for people who are looking at some particular, let's say, pet food brand, and these two campaigns are overlapping. So we have this protection from overlapping and annoyance safeguards that first of all check so any of your different web widgets will not overlap. And another important thing that they will not be working together. So you can set up intervals of silence when all your campaigns will just not harm the conversion rate of a user, and they will not harm the browsing experience of a customer of your website. So I will focus on questions I will introduced here. So is there a library of attractive widgets where I can pick one and use as a template? Yep, we have plenty of widgets in our account. So when basically you log into your account and pick a widget, there is a predefined library of them. If you have any questions and you have your specific design, please don't hesitate to ask our team. We have a very flexible builder, but if you have some particular questions how to add shadows or something, please use online chat. We will be happy to help with this. Another question from Alice. When a user visits my website for the first time, can I show them a segmented widget? Yeah, you cannot show him segmented widget if you don't have this person in your contact base. But you can segment these people that are not your customers yet, and you don't have them in your contact base based on the data you already have. So let's imagine what kind of data I have about the person who visit my website for the first time. Actually, it's not that small. First of all, I can know his browser settings. I can know his country. I also know his browsing history from this session. And if I know that he went to men's shoes and he was browsing through Adidas, then it's enough information for me to show him something more relevant, like a special discount of first purchase, a special discount or offering from Adidas that I have right now running. There's plenty of opportunities to personalize based even on this limited amount of customer data. So you can do segmentation, but based on the customer data we already have. Where can I use gather data from widgets? Okay, so the data, like I said, in the moment of filling out a widget with a survey, this data immediately implements to customer profile. And where can I use it? Of course, you can use it within Yespo. And how you can use it? You can build segments based on this additional data. For instance, you want to separate cat lovers from dog lovers in your campaigns, and in this way to do separate segments. You can also use this contact field to provide better recommendations to these people. Like in the example I mentioned, we can utilize this field to provide people with recommendation of products for cats and products for dogs separately in all our recommendational blocks. Those are just the two first examples, but there is plenty more of them. For instance, you want to analyze your customer base behavior. You do a generic email campaign, for instance, but you want to see how much differently this particular campaign worked for people who already filled out the form as a cat lovers, and how much different are them in their behavior from dog lovers. So in this case, you would use this gathered data for analytical reasons to understand your audience and to build insights about their behavior. So that's how widgets work, and that's the opportunities they give you. And from widgets, this full list of updates, I will pause here for a moment. We are moving forward to App Unbox. Honestly, it's one of my favorite new channels. It was not presented just last year. It was presented for 2 years already. But this year it was also increased in its popularity and grows very rapidly. So App Unbox is a small bell widget in your website or on your mobile application, where you as a marketer can manage what will be in this widget. Basically, this is a way how you as a marketer can influence the contents of your website or influence the contents of your mobile app without ever disturbing your mobile or website developers. This is a very convenient way for you to deliver messages in a very, I'd say, not non-aggressive and very polite way to your customers. So basically, when I log into the app or log into my website, then I will get this notification say, hey, this is your special offer because you have birthday and you have like 30% discount on the sneakers that you liked before or added to wish list. So that's the kind of personalization and marketing messaging that could be utilized with App Unbox. And a very, very overwhelming fact for me, it was when we, in December, we gathered statistics about the channels that our customers mostly use throughout Black Friday. And apparently, the number 2 channel after email, it was not mobile push as I would expect. It was InApp. Why InApp? Because InApp is very contextual. When people go to your website, they and see the offer from you directly in the web application. So it's really easy for them to implement the promo code right away. It's really easy for them to accomplish an action that you want them to accomplish. And also it's free, and also it's covering all your customer base, all your users, independently to whether they subscribe to push notifications or not. So I think this is the key to the popularity of this channel. Of course, it's not as easy to implement as, for instance, web push notifications or text messages, but it has so many more advantages when it's implemented. So it would be like really pity not to use this channel of communication in 2024. Some of the updates from this channel, again, all the revenues as this channel help you to generate for your business or for business that you as a marketing agency lead for the customers. It's really easy to show the resultiveness and the revenues that bring every campaign that you set up. There are also updates in terms of in TTL, time to live of every message. Some of them are worth to do like long term. Some of them should be limited for the period of time when your offer is actual. So it's very important to be able to manage how long this message should be staying in the application inbox of a customer. And after these new channels, we are getting back to the old good email, the classical channel, which is still the #1 channel that generates revenue in e-commerce. It's email, and what I want to offer you and to showcase the improved email. Well, the hot topic of the past year was ChatGPT and all the generative features like generation of text, generative copywriting, generative images, and so on. And of course, we know and see a huge potential in this direction, and we already implemented inside our email editor built-in artificial intelligence that helps you to, right now in our email editor, you can translate letters in different languages. You can correct grammatical errors and remove unnecessary spaces. You can shorten the text or lengthen the text depending on how the text length changed during translation or something else. You can change tone of voice, you can export text, and so on. So basically, that's the idea that we believe a lot that all the content creation in marketing will be not substituted but by AI. But AI as an assistant to a marketer will be like definitely taking his spot, and that's what we want to do. I've got a question from Alice. So AI-assisted quick email subject line creation feature is expected to be released anytime soon. Yes. Well, first of all, I would double check if it's not already implemented. If any of our team guys from Yespo, please, if you can confirm whether we have already implemented subject line generation or not. If not, I know that in newest version of email editor that we also I will talk about a little later, we will have this feature and a lot better than even that we have it right now. So here I will ask for help from support to answer this question if it's not done yet, because I would say that it's already here. So the next thing is personalization of dynamic addresses. And this actually solution that helps you to personalize not just email content, but also to personalize the sender name. One of the use cases that we already, I know from one of our customers, is that they dedicate a customer success manager for every customer they have. So they sell first-class airline tickets, and they provide additional like services to such customers. So basically, it's important for them to keep this personal connection with the ticket buyers. And it's really important for them that all the even marketing campaigns that they send out to these people were sent not from any generic email address like I don't know, like Ryanair airline, but from this particular manager who takes care about this customer from Ryanair airline. In this example, Ryanair airline is just the just an example, but you see the difference, right? So it's not just newsletter from Ryanair, but it's like John from Ryanair for me, Olga from Ryanair for someone else, and so on, so on. So if you have just like 2 or 3 of these addresses, it's not a big deal to build like several segments, like knowing who is the responsible manager for all of your customer database, it's no-brainer just to build 4 segments. But if you have like 40 or 50, it's impossible. So in this case, you can utilize this feature like personalized dynamic address. We also updated several things about emails that are listed here. I will not skip here for long. A little updates about additional channels where will provide even more ways how you can reach out to your customers. It's SMS&Viber, and here we provided a new we added new providers. So for you to connect your providers that you probably already have contract with, you just need to add sender name, account, SID, and authorization token, and start sending your campaigns like in a few hours. Web push, another extra channel that is like browser messaging, is also important. I will speed up a little bit just because I believe that I have a lot more to say and we are running out of time. So another powerful part of Yespo is a workflow builder. We have updated its design, but also we updated the capabilities. And the interface currently features even greater convenience for users. It provides not just better structuring and better labeling of all the active elements that could be implemented in the workflow, but also it's accompanied with convenient tooltips and additional icons that help you to faster and in a more convenient way to understand how your workflow is working. We also add another checkbox, check block send for for analyzing the efficiency and finding possible errors in your workflows. So once there is something wrong, you can see the launches of a workflow with error signs. You can also see in which particular browser was an error and what was this error, like super fast way, so you can quickly fix everything and relaunch your campaign, exactly understanding what's wrong with the workflow. And there's a full list of updates. One of the important ones is to specify the hours when you want this type of message to be delivered. So probably it could be just business time, or on the contrary, in some particular time frame in the evening. So it's up to you, and we can certainly support any of your ideas how to better deliver these messages. I will fast forward all the API updates. There's plenty of them. The main idea is that we are helping you to integrate with your existing technology stack in very easy, convenient for developers way. All the API updates will be here. I've had just 2 more blocks to talk about. Is upgraded and improved analytics, activity dynamics in triggered campaigns. Here we have all the possible channels where all the triggered campaigns could work. It's simply tracking message test performance across all channels. So today, whichever channel you pick, you will see the effectiveness of this channel. Also convenient to work. It's probably somehow related to the question we already have from Alice. You can pick a workflow and see all the messages that are in this workflow, and to see how exactly they work and perform in this workflow. Before I move forward, I'll look at the question from Alice. It would be useful to be able to upload a list of workflow logs for a day or period to a file in order to assess the scope of recurring errors. Definitely, it's something that could be done. I think we could forward it to our development team as a feedback, and we will maybe it would be even better if we could talk to you and understand what and maybe if it's the best solution for you and to understand the problem better. So Alice, I encourage you to use the online chat to say that, okay, I need this feature, and the guys from product team will reach out to you to understand how to best address your question. So another cool feature is displaying the organization's revenue in order section, and and also you can see for every campaign you do, whichever it's email or anything, you can see for every campaign how many purchases were made and how many revenue it brought. But also when you go to the orders tab in this report, you can see exactly what were the this purchase made by. And it from my experience, it simplifies a lot the advocacy of a new channel or advocacy of a new marketing budget when you can precisely show who bought from this campaign, why they bought, so whether they were interacted via email or they were interacted via new channels provided like app inbox or web widgets. So it's a very convenient tool for you to communicate with your team and also, of course, to better understand the results. Again, a long list of updates that you will be able to pause later and to see it. I will fast forward to the final section of my webinar is more tools for your success in 2024. So what we want to focus on in the nearest future, there are several fields. One of them is CMS integrations. Of course, we have a very powerful custom integration with API and external data sources and webhooks, but we also see the growing demand on even simpler integration, and that's one of the solutions that we are going to implement. So I showcase here just 3 platforms, but I certainly believe that there's be a lot more of them in future. New channels of communication. Messaging is super important with billions of users, Telegram and WhatsApp. Certainly we cannot stay aside, and we want to be able to give you as a marketers to communicate with your audiences in these channels as well, because it really resonates with our concept. So whichever channel people use, you as a marketer should be able to deliver your message there. We also expect in a few months to present you a new InApp editor that will be provide the same ease of creating InApp messages as we already have with web widgets. So it's a drag and drop editor with very convenient, simple visual editing that will save time and effort for you as a marketers and free up you for more important tasks. One of the very complicated things, predictive segments. I will try to explain this new feature and this example. If we have, if we want to focus and segment our audience on most engaged people, or to identify the churning people, we will probably use something like the last interaction date. So hasn't opened email for more than 3 months. For us, it will be the segment that is churning, and we will understand, okay, he's churning, but what can we do about it? He most probably already churned, sent him even more emails, will not bring him back. So that is why it's very important to base our prediction about possible churn or possible conversion, because it works in both sides, not only like negative, but only we can predict positive activity of our customers, which is the probability of conversion. So we basically understand that if our CDP has a lot more data points about people interactions, so it's not just email, but it's also a mobile app, browse browsed products, visits on a website, calls to call center, or some profile update by some other custom events. All of this give us a lot more points to understand the behavior of people and predict based on this data the probability of churn and probability of conversion. In this case, we will be able to a lot earlier predict some negative or positive segments for your campaigns, and that's what I believe will work very well for you, especially if you already use some very expensive channels. Because if you use something like text messaging in Europe or Viber in Europe, you know that they are expensive, and even when brands spend like a lot of like $100,000 on single campaign to send it to all your audience, it's super ineffective, because you as a marketer having the customer data can be able to predict, okay, don't send to this 60% of the audience, their probability of a purchase is below 0.5%. Instead, let's relocate the budgets we wanted to use on mass SMS and Viber spamming on real better personalized experiences for our customers. So basically, that's what the opportunity it gives to you. We certainly will develop more widgets, and we want to go and offer several gamification techniques, like ready-to-use scratch cards, gift box, and Wheel of Fortune types of widgets that you will be able to personalize and adapt to your brand and use them without needing to code anything, but to use a separate tools for this. So that's maybe the most important thing with widgets. Development with email editor, we will provide a new version of email editor, providing you the opportunity to communicate with an email, to build it more interactive, to also support interactivity not only with app but also with HTML and CSS interactivity, with visual editing capability. So you don't have to know the code, so it will be just modules that you will be able to use in your emails to build games, to engage people, to make questionnaires, and so on. And finally, I've finished with all the update. It came a little bit unexpected to me. I thought I have one more slide, but okay, that's the quick finish of my webinar. If you have any more questions right now, I'm here. Please send your request. Otherwise, if you don't ready to send any messages or questions right now, but you maybe have it later, or if you will watch this video in the recording, please, the shortest way to contact me personally or my team is to go to Yespo.io website and click on Book a Demo button, and in a few hours or days, we will be chatting together face-to-face online, discussing the opportunities that you are interested in, and discussing the way how we can improve marketers' life and improve customer experience of your projects as well. Okay, I guess I don't have any more questions right now. So thank you for your time, guys. I was glad to be here with you. I'm glad to be having so many questions from you, and want to say thank you for being engaged and interested audience. I was happy to hear some familiar faces, or at least names, in the list of participants. So thank you all, and I'm very happy to have new people here. See you later on the next webinars.